Good evening! Today on our evening show, we will talk in detail about how to become a disciplined person, give up bad habits, and build a balanced life. In the studio with me is my friend Sergey, who will share his experience, thoughts, and advice. We will discuss each question thoroughly so listeners can deeply understand the topic and find useful ideas for themselves.
Vika. Hi, Sergey. Thank you for agreeing to talk today. Let's start with the main question. What does it mean to be a disciplined person for you? How would you explain it in simple words? Sergey. Hi, Vika. Thanks for the invitation. For me, discipline is when a person can control themselves, their desires and actions. It's not just doing what you want, but doing what you need, even if it's very hard or you don't feel like it. It's like an inner voice that says, do this, even if you're tired or not in the mood. Discipline helps not to postpone important things and to move forward. Very clear. How did you start developing discipline in your life? Was there a moment when you realized you wanted to change? Yes, there was such a moment. Before, I often postponed tasks, especially important ones. This caused a lot of stress and dissatisfaction. One day I decided I wanted to stop living like that because I was tired of constant guilt and worry. I started with small steps. For example, waking up at the same time every morning and doing simple exercises. It was hard, but gradually I felt I could control my day.
Vika, small steps are really important. How did you manage to give up bad habits? This is one of the biggest problems for many people. Sergey, giving up bad habits is really a challenge. In my case, it was smoking and going to bed late. I realized that fighting with willpower alone is difficult, so I started analyzing when and why I wanted to smoke or stay up late. Often it was connected to tiredness or stress. Then I began to look for replacements. For example, when I wanted to smoke, I drank a glass of water or went for a short walk. This helped to distract myself. I also tried to change my environment, spending less time with people who smoke and more with those who live healthily. Habit replacement is a great method. What helped you not to give up when it was especially hard? Were there moments when you wanted to quit everything? Of course there were such moments. Sometimes it seemed easier to return to old habits than to fight with myself. At these times, support from loved ones, friends, and family helped a lot. They believed in me and encouraged me. Also, I wrote down my successes, even small ones. When you see that you managed not to smoke for a day, a week, a month, you feel proud and motivated to go further. I also reminded myself of my goals, why I want to be healthy and disciplined. This gave me strength. Support and goals are really powerful tools. How do you fight laziness? Laziness often prevents people from starting something.
Sergey, laziness is a natural feeling, and everyone faces it. I learned to accept laziness, but not let it control me. When I feel lazy, I try to start with a very small action. For example, just get up and do a few exercises or clean the table. Often after that, energy appears to do more. I also try to plan my day so that important tasks are in the first half, when I have more strength. This helps not to postpone. Vika, very useful advice. What would you recommend to those who want to be disciplined but don't know where to start? What first steps can they take? I would recommend starting simple. Choose one small goal for the day and definitely complete it. For example, wake up at the same time or drink more water. You don't need to change your whole life at once, otherwise you can get tired quickly and quit. Gradually, you can add new habits. It's also important to keep a success diary. Write down what you achieved and note positive changes. This helps to see progress and not lose motivation. Vika, do you think discipline affects happiness and quality of life? Definitely. When you are disciplined, you have more control over your life. This reduces stress and anxiety because you know you are doing important things on time. You feel more confident and calm. This creates inner satisfaction and joy. Also, discipline helps to achieve goals, and success brings happiness.
Vika, what else helps you develop and become better every day?
I find constant learning and openness to new experiences helpful. I
try to read books, listen to podcasts, and talk to interesting people. It's also important not to be afraid of mistakes. They are part of the path. If you make a mistake, you need to learn from it and move on. I also pay attention to rest and health. Without them, it's hard to be productive and happy. Thank you, Sergey, for such a detailed and sincere conversation. I think our listeners got many useful ideas and inspiration. Thank you, Vika. I'm glad to share. I hope everyone can find their own path to discipline and happiness.